I heard someone on the internet saying working on your passions isn't enough, that you need discipline to see your way through life. And actually, that's totally true. Today, I'm going to expand on the common thinking of working on your passions as the answer to success in business, while talking to you about why passionate work has better odds for success. On this channel, I cover living globally and wealth building, showing you how to afford leaving your home country for other countries that intrigue you. My goal is to help you guys watching at home live your dreams. My name is Carl Pierre, and this is ENTP Life. Anyone that has known me for over 25 years can attest that I've always said that I'll be well off. Those same people will also describe me as being passionate about entrepreneurship and growth. But the question is being passionate enough? Being passionate isn't enough. I've seen people who are extremely passionate about their artwork, extremely passionate about helping people, but seem to be stumbling in the dark, trying to find success with their passions. And it's usually because they don't organize themselves well enough to succeed. If you're going to be successful in the entrepreneurial world or the capitalist world, defining your success by monetary gain and actually achieving your goals, you need to do something that is extremely organized and allows you to see whether or not you're making progress. A lot of people will say, I just want to be successful, and they don't have a method of measuring what success is for them. And they think because they're working on things that they're passionate about, like their music or like their nonprofit organization, and they're doing these things that they feel is really kind or that they feel are really kind, they end up saying, well, I'm working on my passions, but life just isn't working out for me. It's the system that's against me. The system is designed to hold back the good people, blah, 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 blah. And in all reality, passion is in here, but you have to be measuring your passion against something, right? You need to be able to say, this is what success is to me, whether it's making $1 million, whether it's making $10 million, whether it's helping 1,000 people in this specific way that I can measure. Once you're able to quantify what is success for your passion, you're going to be able to say whether or not you're hitting it. The musician, for instance, sometimes they just want to earn a living off of making music. But if they spend their entire life in the garage or inside the basement, then how are they earning a living? They're going to have to define how much money they need to make to earn the living that they want to make. Maybe it's only $60,000 a year of making music, doing gigs or doing cover shows, and that's satisfactory to them. If it's more, they're going to have to put that down on paper and be specific about their intent. Passion in this instance just isn't enough to carry you through. In order to find success in business, the most important thing you will need to be is honest with yourself. Every business you start will for sure have problems. More often than not, it will be internal problems, mainly problems with you, the business founder. If you're not able to be honest with yourself to identify what you're doing wrong, you can't correct the problem. No amount of passion will save you if this is the case. One of the biggest things that I've seen that affect entrepreneurial types, because I cover mostly entrepreneurial topics here, I tend to consult a lot of people who are looking to start businesses or save their businesses, and end up talking to a lot of other entrepreneurs. And one common trait that I see in all people who really struggle is they don't have the ability to be honest with themselves. If they are making huge mistakes in their business, or they are lazy, or they're one of those people who talks a big game, but then goes home and does nothing, they have a hard time actually confronting the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror and saying, look, this is the thing that's holding you back. You can't keep defaulting on this idea that you're passionate and how much you love something and how frequently you post this topic, how much you consume content on the topic to support this idea that you're passionate about it. And according to all these gurus and talking heads, passion is all that you need. This type of person is going to fail until they're able to look at themselves in the mirror and say, this is what you're doing wrong. Here's what we're going to try to do it differently. And let's see if we're going to get a different result. Without that self-critique and that self-realization, you're not going to go out and get the help that you need. You're not going to hire the help that you need. You're not going to pay for the consultants that you need. You're going to keep trying to figure it out the same way that you've always been doing it, with this fake passion, with this passion that is easy for you to say, look Look at all that I'm doing rather than really looking at what matters in your business, which is solving problems externally and internally to get yourself to a new point. So again, this is the reason why you can't mistake the love and the time that you spend consuming something as being enough to drive the growth of your business. At this point, you're probably thinking, Carl, you're supposed to be motivating me to pursue my passions. I am. Trust me, I am. I know it sounds like I've been being pretty negative about the passionate concept, but here is why and where working in your field of passion is going to help you. In business and in anything that's difficult, anything that's worth achieving, it's going to be difficult. There's going to be times where you're going to be tested to the limit, either because people around you don't believe in you, economic conditions are bad, you're making mistakes in your business and you finally realize that, you know what, yeah, I am making a mistake. It's going to be doing things that you're uncomfortable with, like making sales calls. For a lot of people, getting those rejections, just, they can't take it. If you are not passionate about what you're doing in your work, all those things that I listed will be enough to make you quit. If you are passionate in the thing that you're doing, let's just say it's YouTube, right? For all the content creators out there, when you first start creating for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, it feels like a quiet place. And anybody who's quit doing social media because they were doing it for fame or for money or whatever, those people quit because they're not getting the results that they're looking for immediately. What happens in this example of social media, the people who win are the ones who are actually covering topics that they eat, sleep, and breathe. And it doesn't hurt them to keep doing it. You look at the creative types who are just kind of saying, here's do-it-yourself projects, people who really love cooking and start a cooking show, they love what they're doing. So even though there's only a few people who are responding, a few people liking, the fact that there's just a few is enough to keep them going. If you were doing something that you weren't wholehearted about, for example, I love cooking, but it's more important for me to have interaction with people. My cooking channel died because I wasn't getting the feedback I was looking for, which let me know that my passion is actually engaging with people, learning from people, teaching people, more so than it is cooking, right? So if I was getting the feedback that I wanted, people having conversations with me, people sharing their ideas with me, people telling me, I tried your recipe and it came out delicious. I actually went out on a date with my significant other. We went out to a restaurant. I ended up making that same meal at home and she loved it. Excellent recommendation, blah, blah, blah. Those sort of things would have kept me going because I would have been interested in seeing the next topic. So if you're not passionate about what you're doing and you don't really tap in to say, hey, what is it that I'm getting out of this passion? Why am I passionate about this thing? If you're not able to kind of focus yourself on something that really matters to you, when nobody's watching your videos, when you're not making money, when you're losing money, when everybody's telling you that your music sucks, that you'll never make it as a musician, you're going to quit. But if you're passionate about what you're doing, all of that is going to happen, but you're not going to be able to quit because you love it. So why would you quit? And eventually, if you're being honest with yourself, analyzing what you're doing, and you keep working on this thing that you're passionate about, you will make progress. You will improve, things will get better, and you'll get closer to achieving that specified goal that lets you know that you have been successful. In my opinion, if you want to raise your odds for achieving success, you must work on things that you love. You must be self-critical and adapt once it's evident what you are doing isn't working, and consistently put in the necessary effort in a routine and organized way. As an ENTP personality type, it's this focus that is my greatest challenge. I admit it, I know, and as a result have built out mechanisms to help me be more disciplined. My passion has always been to see the whole world and have as many rich experiences as possible. To do so, I knew that I needed to make sufficient money. I'm also addicted to learning, teaching, and creating. Now that I shared it all with you, how about you tell me what your passion project is, or will be, and why that is your passion project. Thanks again for joining me here at ENTP Life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.